Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Marvel Monday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Marvel Legends Series Build-A-Figure Bone Breaker X-Men's Havok. Thank you for watching this video or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope is all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further. That's cool too. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it! Let's kick things off with a look at the packaging. On the top, Build-A-Figure Bone Breaker, assortment number 4 and up. X-Men. Marvel Legends Series. Nice big window, soon to go away, showcasing the figure and his accessories. X-Men. Marvel's Havok. Hasbro print. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On this side, nice artwork of Alex Summers. And on this side, some nice artwork of Alex Summers. And on this side, figure artwork of Alex Summers. Marvel Legends Series, Marvel's Havok. Alex Summers, aka Havok, fires superheated plasma from his hands to devastating effect. A veteran hero and leader, he longs to step out of this older brother Cyclops' shadow. And there it is in some other language. Build-A-Figure Bone Breaker. There is the completed Build-A-Figure with numbers that correspond with which figure in the series the parts come with. As you can see, Wolverine doesn't come with any parts because he's Wolverine. Each sold separately, subject to availability. Warning! Attention! Achtung! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that don't belong there. Don't give it to babies. Made in China print, some small print, Marvel print, Hasbro print. And that, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories and handy dandy tweezers, although I don't know if I'm going to need them, but they're here if I do. So, and first up we have a set of steel drums. These are part of the Bone Breaker Build-A-Figure. So, looks like oil drums or gas drums. Nice silver on them. I think they're molded that way because I see a little bit of swirly twirly in there. So, and let's get this other light on. And here we have one of his effects pieces. And there's two like that. And then we have this piece, which you might think is a stand at first, but it's not. It plugs into his back. That's peg is way too big for a stand, but it's not too big for a back plug. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. And I have to say, that is a nice looking Havok. Very classic, although there are some modern elements to it. I always remember this being white, and this just being white circles, not glowy looking like that. So I think this may be a more modern take on his classic look. But nicely printed face, paint and sculpt. And I don't know what purpose this thing serves. I really don't remember if they even ever said anything about what that actually is, or what this actually is in the comics. But, you know, it's mainly how I remember the figure. Let's take a look at his articulate. Well, he's basically, you know, this is basically, other than the face, this is the only paint on the figure. It's just, you know, this black bodysuit, and it's not painted. It's just molded that way in that plastic. So, but anyway, let's take a look at his articulation. He is on that classic Hasbro Marvel Legends hinge and ball for the neck. He looks up that far. He looks down that far. He got a little chicken neck in there. He's got a little bit of waggle. Not a whole lot. It's hard to show with the helmet piece or whatever it is. And he will do the full Exorcist. Now he has a butterfly hinge at the shoulder. It goes back that far. And it goes forward that far. And just to show you off, there's the, I guess you'd call it the neutral position. Does do a 360 degree rotation at the shoulder. Raises up not quite 90 degrees. Cut at the upper bicep for another 360 degree rotation. Double hinge pinned elbow. Gives you that much bend. 360 degree rotation at the wrist on an in and out hinge, and in and out hinge on the other hand as well. He does have that classic Marvel Legends ab crunch, which allows him to bend back that far and crunch forward that far. No hula. Does have a cut at the waist for another 360 degree rotation. At the hips. Gives you that much of the splits. Kicks forward that far. Kicks back that far. And that's with a little outswing. Cut at the upper thigh for a full 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinned knee. Come on, Hasbro. Gives you that much bend, which isn't bad. Shin cut, since he's not really wearing a boot. But another 360 degree rotation there. At the ankle, tilts down that far. Tilts up that far. And forward facing pin for rocker. Now let's talk about his effects pieces for a minute. And the way that you put these on is, can't get them that way. You have to pull his fists off, and you just slide them on there and pop the fists back on. Which is cool, but I don't think they really thought this out too much, because even with them on like this, they are very loose. Unless, you know, they're supposed to spin around, but I don't remember that. So, not going to be easy putting these in a specific position, I don't think, because they're really loose. However, they do look nice. And then, of course, he does have this port in his back. And this post here, and voila. Now he is giving it his all. I have to say, that is pretty cool looking. Didn't need those. Alright, my friends, that does it for a look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And let's start things off with the only other Havok figure that I have. This is the old Toy Biz Havok. And as you can see, you know, this one has the white headpiece and just the white circles, this is more what I remember as the most classic look for Havok, as opposed to this one. You know, it's more of a silver headpiece and the glowy effect to the circles, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, like I said, it's just like a more modern update to this one. So, but there's that. And unfortunately, this is the only other Havok figure I have. I don't have any of the Hasbro ones, which I think there was only one, which was the X Factor 2-pack one. So I missed out on that one. So here we have the Retro X Factor Cyclops. Here we have the Jim Lee Cyclops from the Build-A-Figure. Lord, what was his name? Not Widget. Warlock. He was from the Warlock Build-A-Figure wave. And then finally, a third Cyclops, which this is the one, it's the Jim Lee one, but it's in the more animation colors. And this one came from the Love Triangle 3-pack. I think that's what it was called, but it was him and the Jim Lee, Jean Grey, and the Yellow Wolverine. And here we have, making his cameo appearance, we have Stan the Man Lee. And how does he look with other lines? Let's take a look. From Star Wars The Black Series, we have the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. From the G.I. Joe Classified series, we have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. And just for a 7-inch comparison, from McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line, we have 3 Jokers, the Joker, the Clown. And that, my friends, completes our look at comparisons. For final thoughts on the Marvel Legends Series Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure Wave Havok, I have to say, you know, I like this figure. This is almost the classic look. The color of the headdress, as I stated before, you know, should be white and just white circles for the chest piece instead of the glowy thing. And like I said, this is a more modern rendition of that, and that's okay. I can see maybe later Hasbro will do some kind of multi-pack and they'll put this guy back in it, but with the more classic colors. You know, he is a pretty, except for the head, he's a pretty plain Jane figure. The accessories are more what makes this guy stand out to me. I just wish that would have been a little smaller so that maybe you could pose the piece on the figure's wrist a little better. But other than that, they're neat. And, you know, they remind me of what they made his powers look like in the comics. I'm glad to have this one. I wanted a more classic looking Havok. I did kind of want the X Factor Havok too, but I missed out on that 2-pack, so you know, they'll swing around and do it again at some point, I'm sure. And maybe I'll pick it up then. But that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. Or making it. Whichever. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further. That's cool too. Or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.